What's good, y'all? Wanted to drop a video for y'all real quick before I start my day. Gonna do some cardio and handle some business when I get done with this video. But I just wanted to remind you that a lot of the reason why you're blessed, a lot of the reason why you still prosper, a lot of the reason why you still abundant is because you simply didn't treat them the way they treated you. I'll say it again. A lot of the reason why you're still blessed is because simply you didn't treat others like how they did you. I get it that in our natural human nature that, you know, most times the first thing we want to do is react to some shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say some shit to us, we got to say something back. Somebody do something to us, then, it's in our nature to want to do something back. And although that's a choice you have, we all have that choice, which comes along with consequences, you know what I'm saying? But if you can stomach the consequences, then that's just, do what you do. But there's also something that happens when you can turn away or you can refrain from that. There's something that happens when you're able to ignore a motherfucker that talks shit about you. Ignore somebody who's out there trying to, gang up on you and get a group of motherfuckers to sit there and, downplay your character. You got to understand that when people do that type of shit, it's because they lack somewhere. It's an insecurity. It's something that you have. It's something that you're doing, your light, you know what I'm saying, that's making them insecure about themselves. It's not that you out here trying to purposely make people feel insecure or, that you out here walking around, looking down on other people. You're literally out here doing what you got to do for you. You're literally out here grinding. But like I said before in one of my other videos, it's your light as well. You know what I'm saying? But your blessing, a lot of your blessings come from the fact that you are able to continue walking your path, doing what you got to do. Because you honestly, even though with your free will, with your free will, your freedom to choose what you want to do, because we all have that. You see what I'm saying? We all have that. But when you can refrain from that, because one of the things I talk about is keeping your vibration high, keeping your energy high in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? So that you can focus, so that the right things will be attracted to you and that the wrong things will flee away. You know what I'm saying? So when you actually use your freedom of choice to react to some shit like that, you lower your vibration. And when you lower your vibration, you then interfere with your blessings. You know what I'm saying? You interfere with how long it's going to take for them to come. Me, personally, in the past, I used to be so defensive all the time. I felt like I had to say some shit back. I felt like I had to do some shit back. And and to be honest with y'all, depending on, like even to this day, depending on what it is, I will. You see what I'm saying? I will. I just learned to pick and choose my battles. You know what I mean? Some shit ain't worth speaking on. And, some shit ain't worth doing back. But depending on it, I will. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still, operating in my flesh just like everybody else. It has to be, for me, it has to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? For me, it has to be a real legitimate reason for me to act in that way. But, when you are really on your path in your life and you've really been focusing and grinding and doing what it is that you have to do, when you sit down and you take a moment to just look back over how far you came, when you sit back and take a moment over and you look at all the work you put into what you're doing, you will realize if it's even worth reacting, if it's even worth, getting a get back or anything like that. Like, I personally don't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that shit, that type of shit, and I don't care either. You know what I mean? Because in my life, no matter what people throw at me or how people feel about me, I'm still tremendously blessed. You know what I'm saying? I still have blessings coming to me, and because of my obedience, it's flowing to me without any type of effort, for real. I'm just being obedient to what I'm supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of the reason why you're still blessed is because you didn't treat people the way they treated you. And it takes a strong person to do that, because, you know, no matter how positive of a person you are, no matter how, you know, good of a head you have on your shoulders, like, we still human, you feel me? We still human. So it can be things that people say or things that people try to do that will knock us off a little bit, you feel me? But it's just natural, you know what I mean? But it takes a strong type of discipline to refrain from even allowing that type of shit to get to you. Not saying that it won't make you feel some type of way, but for you to be able to close your mouth anyway, you know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of discipline. That takes a lot of willpower. And it pays. Like, when you're able to sit there and just focus, you have this tunnel vision focus on what it is that you're trying to do, your accomplishments, and whatever God and the universe asks you to do, it pays that you can keep your mouth shut. No matter what people say, no matter what people try to do to you. Like I said, you got people out there that's trying to destroy your character. You know what I'm saying? You got people out there that's talking bad about you. You don't even know it. Saying all kinds of shit about you. You don't even know it. Trying to purposely paint this negative ass picture of you, and you don't even know it. See, but what happens is, what people, them same people don't understand is, in human nature, is natural for us to be curious, right? So when you sit there, and even if you try to put negative shit out there about a person, guess what a lot of people gonna do? With all your negativity, guess what people gonna do? They gonna want to see for themselves. They gonna want to see for themselves. They gonna want to see why you talking bad about this person. They gonna want to see why, you know, I shouldn't deal with this person, or they want to see for themselves. You got some people that'll go along with what you say, yeah. But for the most part, people are curious by nature. So now they want to see. That's why, like, when you make videos and stuff like that, or you do things on social media, for instance, this is an example. The people who leave negative comments or remarks or whatever fail to realize that all you gonna do is still help that person's algorithm. You still helping them out, even with your negativity. You see what I'm saying? Because people love negative shit. So not only are you saying these negative things, but now people want to see, they want to see proof for themselves of what you're saying. And then what happens is, when them same people purposely try to put themselves around you, because motherfuckers been talking shit about you, they purposely put themselves around you, or put themselves in the same room as you to get a glimpse of you for themselves. What happens is, they'll start to see that you ain't nothing like what they said you was. You see what I'm saying? You ain't nothing like what they said you was. Matter of fact, you're the complete opposite. And then what happens is, once they get to experience you for who you really are, then they'll start looking at that person like they crazy. I tell y'all all the time about when you walk in your purpose, like, it ain't nothing, ain't no damn science to it, or, you know, it's not that deep. Like, when I sit there and tell y'all that all you have to do is be obedient to what it is that God and the universe asks you to do, that's what I mean. When I sit there and tell y'all that all you got to do is keep putting one foot in front of the other, that's what I mean. When I tell y'all that, you know, you got to keep the faith and keep your eyes on the prize despite what your reality may look like, that's what I mean. It's really, I won't say that's simple, but it's simple as far as, like, the steps you take to get to where you're trying to be. But what happens is when we live our lives, you know, even me at times, we tend to overcomplicate things when it ain't that deep. You stay the course, you don't worry about what people say to you, and you focus and do what you have to do. You don't care about who supports you or not. You don't care about that shit. Because I'll tell you right now, most of my supporters, people I don't even know, people I never met. You know what I'm saying? I interact with them. And a shout out to y'all for, you know, supporting me. And, you know, we don't know each other. Never met each other. But what's understood don't need to be explained. What's understood is that we're all after the same cause. Like, we're all after the same goal. You know what I mean? We all out here trying to make it, trying to get it. In the beginning, when I started my purpose, I worried about who supported me. I worried about, like, I paid attention to all that shit and I stressed myself out. But I'm still growing just like y'all. So on my journey so far, what I'm learning is I don't need to worry about that shit. You feel me? I just need to keep doing what the universe asks Jarobeca to do. Plenty of times I still don't see what they see in me. You see what I'm saying? And I keep it 100. I don't have to get on social media in front. Some days I still don't see what they see in me. I still don't see that type of leader that they see in me at times. You feel me? But what keeps me going is knowing that they trusted me to do something. They trusted me to do something. It's just like when your parents ask you to do some shit. Remember when we was kids? Like, I'm not asking you, motherfucker, I'm telling you, go in there and clean them dishes, go in there and clean that room. It didn't matter about your opinion. That's how the universe is with us. That's how God and the universe is with us. That relationship that you have with God and the universe, it ain't about your opinion. It has nothing to do with your opinion. I know personally that's where a lot of my blessings came from, though, because I didn't react. It was a time, like I said in the beginning of this video, it was a time where I felt like I needed to react. I needed to say something back. I needed to do something. And there is a time now where if I have to, I will. You see what I'm saying? But for the most part, I done grew so much. And a lot of y'all out there, y'all done grew so much. Y'all done came from a lot of hell. Y'all done dealt with a lot of bullshit. And y'all still standing 10 toes down. You feel me? When you go back and you think about that process, when you think about all those times when you felt like giving up and you didn't, that's what you hold on to. That's what helps you determine whether or not you should react or you should just let that shit ride. Because a lot of your walk, when it comes to you walking in your purpose and shit like that, a lot of that, it ain't got nothing to do, like the outside world, what people think and all that shit, it's a separate thing. It's a separate thing. Like, if you was walking outside of your purpose, then that shit you worry about. But when you in your purpose, don't none of that matter. You hear me? A lot of what you think matter when you walking in your purpose don't matter at all. But I just wanted to drop them jewels on y'all and remind you that a lot of the reason why you're still blessed is because you didn't treat people the way they treated you. Understand that. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Yeah, we have a freedom of choice. You want to cut somebody back out, you can. You know what I'm saying? Somebody swing on you. I ain't going to hold you, because if you swing on me, I'm swinging back. I'm going to swing back. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, you have that freedom to choose what you want to do, give and take the consequences. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people out there that run with that freedom of choice, and then they don't want to deal with the consequences. You think about the consequences first, then you make the decision. Because depending on the consequences, is it something that you'll be able to stomach? Can you stomach the consequence of your action? Because if you can, then shit, go ahead and do what you do. But after thinking about it, if you can't, then I suggest you really be mindful of your next move. You see what I'm saying? But I love y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed this message. Until next time.